Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to talk about how apparently before filming the Ashoka series, the showrunners had one request for Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is like known as E. McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan Kenobi's wife. And apparently he cheated on her. I mean, Ian McGregor cheated on his ex-wife with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Yeah. My one question is because a lot of people like to bring that up, if Ian cheated on his last wife, why makes you think he won't cheat on you, Mary? Even though I love him as Obi-Wan Kenobi, but still. But anyways, besides being petty, let's see what that one request that Mary Elizabeth Winstead had. And before I get into it even further, for those of you who hasn't seen the Ahsoka show yet or seen any of the trailers, but maybe have seen like Star Wars Rebels or even The Bad Batch, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is playing the live action Hera Syndulla. So let's get into the mix. Lucasfilm Dave Filoni had a Star Wars to-do list for Ahsoka's Mary Elizabeth Winstead. For those who feel Ahsoka on Disney Plus required audiences to do their animated Star Wars homework, they weren't the only ones. According to Winstead, who plays Star Wars Rebels pilot Hera Syndulla in live action, series showrunner Dave Filoni requested a certain thing from Ahsoka star before cameras began running. In an interview with Empire, which was conducted prior to the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike, Mary Elizabeth Winstead revealed that Dave Filoni gave her a Star Wars watch list. Star Wars Rebels was a 4-season, 75-episode Star Wars animated series set 14 years after Revenge of the Sith and leading up to Rogue One Star Wars story. Star Wars Rebels was I already read that. The showrunner followed a group of rebels prior to the organization of the Rebellion Alliance, who was largely led by Hera Syndulla, a talented Twi'lek pilot and a New Republic general. According to Winstead, Filoni gave her a list of episodes and specific scenes from Star Wars Rebels, specifically those focused on how much she loves to fly. Quote unquote, Dave gave me a list of episodes and specific scenes. There was a lot of looking at episodes that focus on how much she loves to fly and the way that she turned on her spirit and her energy. However, Winstead wasn't the only member of the Ahsoka cast to catch up on the character's canon. Natasha Liu Borzio, who played Ahsoka's Mandalorian trainee Sabine Wren, also caught up with Star Wars Rebels, but decided to stop watching after we started filming. Means not quote unquote, I did not watch Rebels at all after we started filming. I wanted to separate that whole kind of expectation. I think it's just healthy because you're finding a different truth in live action. I don't know. Because I feel like if you're going to let's say that I'm trying to think of something. Let's say, for example, the Solo movie was never made. This is only pretending that the Solo movie never. Actually, no. Let's pretend they were making an Instagram film, right? Live action. And they wanted to cast Baxter Stockman, right? pretending I've never seen the Ninja Turtles in any fashion, whether it's comic books or the movies, shows, whatever. Let's pretend I'm completely new to the Ninja Turtles. Oh, you know first, right? Guess what? I will do my best to watch as much Ninja Turtle content that has Baxter Stockman in it. Whether it's reading the comic books, watching the 87, 03, 2012 series, or even the Michael Bay Out of the Shadows film, I would watch as much Ninja Turtle or read as much Ninja Turtle content as I can to allow myself to like gain the knowledge of or understanding of, okay, what is Baxter Stockman? Who is he? How can I incorporate this character that I've watched in like what 3 shows, 1 movie, and potentially read some in the comics? How can I adapt at least some aspects from each version of this character in my performance in this Ninja Turtle film that I'm going to portray him as? So like, so I want to do my best to like do a good job, honor the source material, honor the lore, and if I can, please the fans, right? So I don't know if like not watching Sabine Wren, like Rebels, fully was the best. Guess now, like, at least, like, if you watch the entire series from the beginning, or at least with all the episodes that had Sabine Wren in it, which is the majority of the episodes, at the very least. There were some episodes, I want to say, in, like, season 4 that didn't have Sabine in it. Where you get to see, okay, this is how she felt in this certain, instance, this is how she would react. But, like, she changed throughout the series. She grew. So, like, let's see, like, where she's at now in, like, the end of season 4, right? I get to, like, draw on, okay, now I've watched Sabine, like, Star Wars Rebels. Now I get to channel my inner Sabine. And, I guess, like, add on to the performance quality, if that makes sense. I don't know. I will watch the entire thing. That's just me. Anyways. While Ahsoka is a semi-Star Wars Rebels spin-off, the new live-action chapter differs in more ways than just its medium. Ahsoka's cast is largely made up of women, with Ahsoka Tano, Sabine Wren, and Hera Syndulla as its leading cast, along with the all-new female villains as well. So I'm guessing they're just going to ignore Balin then, the dude who has that orange-red lightsaber in the show. I guess we're just going to ignore him. So we got Morgan Elsbeth and Balin's apprentice, but we're just going to ignore Balin now. Okay, that's all cool. All new female villains. And one, they should have like, I don't know. I felt like this was kind of a jab to men for not bringing the one male villain. Anyways, maybe I'm just taking this like too personally per se, that maybe I should chill in this scenario. I don't know. Anyways. The fact is something Winston said both natural as well as incredible. Quote unquote, even though it is so incredibly rare, it just felt so natural. It just didn't really click in my head until we were a little bit into production that I was looking around. Oh my gosh, look at all these women. This is incredible. I mean, kudos for you, but like, as a guy, And I know I might get some people that might be like jumping down my throat here, but as a guy, I'm like, I don't care about like if like most of the cast is female or male. I don't even care if like most of the cast are black. Because if I want to see a movie with like a majority of black cast, I will see like the first Black Panther, which I really enjoyed, or I will watch The Wiz, which is a good retelling of The Wizard of Oz, but that has all black cast. I watched those two films, which I really enjoyed. But when I see watch a movie, I don't really care all too much about like the gender or the race or whatever. Unless if it's based off a historical event, then I'm tend to be a tad bit pickier. But except on that, who like if it's something like Star Wars or Ninja Turtles, like why make a big deal of someone all female, all male, all black, all Asian, whatever cast? Like I don't want to come off as desensitive, but I guess I've been hearing like, oh, we're the first this, first that, making like such a big deal about all black this, all black that, all white, black, whatever, female, male, whatever. And it's kind of like there's been all female, black, whatever before, or like main female leads before. Like what makes in this case Ahsoka so special for doing that? Especially since we had Rey as the lead of the sequel trilogy, essentially, and grab Rogue One, Jyn Erso as the lead, and then we also had the Forces of Destiny, where all the leads for Forces of Destiny, that the characters that they chose to take us on a ride with has been female. So like even Star Wars, like having all like the main cast being female led for the most part is like at this point it's not that special. I'm sorry, at least from my perspective. You guys might feel differently, and if you guys do, I will totally understand that. But from my perspective, all female lead at this point is not that special in Star Wars. I mean, guess especially since we did it before in animation, so like again, why what makes this time special? And if you guys can answer that in the chat, let me know. Let me know what makes Ahsoka so special about having like having all like women on premise, all these women on set. Guess for me, a good story and good character is more than just a gender or skin tone. It's character progression. Anyways, how Ahsoka announced Harrison Dula's Rebel story, given how integral piloting is to the character of Harrison Dula, Dave Filoni's request was the best thing he could do to help Mary Elizabeth Winstead prepare for the role. But while those Star Wars Rebels episodes focus on her love of flying and the purpose she finds in flight, they likely provide much needed context for her character story. Essentially, like, provided much needed context for her character story. It's why I was like kind of going like the girl Natasha Liu Bercio so for not watching the entire like Rebels series or the episodes that has been run was the majority, because like guess it will provide her with much needed context for her character story, or just like Mary Elizabeth Winstead for Harrison Dula. Anyways, while still the piloting charges her spirit and her energy, it's important to know she grew up during the Clone Wars before helping form the Rebel Alliance, as she also filled a maternal role for the Rebels crew, making Ezra Bridger disappearance akin to losing a child. In addition, Hera led the Rebels team with Kanan Jarrus, a former Jedi Padawan and Order 66 survivor with whom she was romantically involved. She also witnessed Kanan sacrifice himself to save her and the crew before she gave birth to their son, Jason Syndulla, who was recently revealed in live action. While Episode 3 of Ahsoka suggested Hera couldn't provide backup to Ahsoka and Sabine, fans are confident Hera will have ample opportunity to showcase her flying skills and see more of what Winston learned and implemented from watching Hera in Star Wars Rebels. Ahsoka is currently streaming on Disney Plus with new episodes debuting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at every Tuesday. I mean, yeah, we got what, 3, maybe like 6 more episodes of the Ahsoka show. 3, 6, 5. To showcase what she learned, and I have no issue with like Dave Filoni saying, please watch these episodes of Rebels to better understand your character. Please watch the Rebels show to better understand the character. Like, I don't mind that. Actually, I respect Dave Filoni for doing that, and because that, again, it helps the characters get better context of their set characters that they're portraying. So, like, I think that's a good thing to go back if you're getting casted for like a well-known character, to go back and to get a sense of what your character is like, or like if you're like me who has watched Star Wars Rebels at least like 3 times. Yes, I watched Rebels like 3 times. To go back, if I was like portraying like one of the characters from like Star Wars Rebels, I would even go back and refresh my memory. If not the entire series, then those certain episodes that I know the characters are in. That's just me. What do you beautiful people have to say? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. And I'll talk to you if it means later. May the force be with us all.